Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome to it. Wow. Trump backed off the reciprocal tariffs again yesterday. Lowered the rate to 10%. It's off, it's on, it's up, it's down, it's in, it's out. Stocks went up almost 3,000 points, though. 2,962
he
points.
He did that just for his billionaire buddies.
Did he?
Insider trading.
Yeah.
Because he posted early before he did the thing. He posted on his Truth Social, good time to buy. A good time to buy. And then a few hours later, I'm on a pause.
Futures are down 464 at this point.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Wow, that's weird after a day like yesterday. Huh. All right. So, I don't know. I'm confused now. I don't know.
Well, I think this was a genius move. He's playing 4D chess.
Of course. Yes, and, that's the MAGA way to look at it, which is fine. I like the MAGA way to look at things. I'm hoping that's right. I'm hoping it's right. He's playing 4D chess. Well, I used to hear that about George W. Bush, too. Oh, Patty's playing 4D chess. Don't be pissed off at him. He's so far ahead of Is he?
Well, on Monday, China had its worst single-day stock market day since 2008. And yesterday was Apple's best day since 1998.
Are they back to number one now?
I don't know.
Because they dropped off of what they were worth. Microsoft became the most expensive country. They're all under $3 trillion now. Mm-hmm. But Microsoft was at 2.7 or something like that.
They're under $3 trillion. What kind of crappy companies are we dealing with here?
I know.
Jeez.
I know.
What kind of self-respecting company can even call itself a company?
I barely wanted to
if it's
talk
not
about
at $3 trillion.
Apple is $2.99 trillion.
Oh, there you go. So
right
that must be that put them back to number one.
It's almost back to where it was.
Almost. It is.
This is why you don't sell when the market goes down 1,600. This is why you just ride it out. When the market goes down 1,500 one day and then 400 the next and then 1,600 the day after that, that's the worst time to get out of the stock market because now you've lost that money. Ride it out, and it comes back.
Which is why, you get Donald Trump telling you, good time to buy.
Yeah. Right? It would have been.
He didn't just do that to his billionaire friends, by the way, just to remind everybody. That was for everyone.
Everybody. But, of course, that's what the media will say.
Absolutely.
That was for his billionaire friends.
Absolutely.
Was it? Okay, so nobody but billionaires are invested in the stock market?
Right, and you knew it was coming. I mean, even of course, our dear friend Adam Schiff, when asked about it,
dear friend,
he was absolutely going to have an investigation into this for insider trading.
Was he?
Well, investigate Congress, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Thought we had that clip, but I guess we don't.
That's a good lead-in.
You were pointing at something. I'm like, what are you pointing at? Because there's
that clip there.
Clip 22.
Let's
go.
Clip 22. Adam Schiff investigating the insider trading.
How concerned are you with this market fluctuation? And are you concerned that there could be members of the White House that are benefiting from it?
Absolutely. I'm writing to the White House to demand who knew in advance that the president was going to once again flip-flop on tariffs, and are people cashing in? There is just all too much opportunity for people in the White House and the administration to be insider trading, and you can't put it past them for a minute.
You gotta be kidding me.
We're going to try to find out.
You dare talk about insider trading?
Right?
I can't listen to this guy.
Independent investigation?
That's enough. Oh my gosh.
Jeez, man.
The giblets to talk about insider trading when you're a member of Congress like that. Come on now. Please. Maybe you should sit that one out. Possibly. That's why they're all multimillionaires. They come in, having a dog.
They're paupers.
Yeah,
they're paupers.
Yes, or at best, they're somewhat middle class, and they all leave multimillionaires.
Funny how that.
How'd that happen? I wonder. How did that happen? This is what President Trump had to say about the tariff pause yesterday.
Clip
Cut 3.
And it
It sounds a little something like this.
Just a few hours later, there was a pause put in on the tariffs. Can you walk us through your thinking about why you decided to put a 90-day pause?
Well, I thought that people were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know. They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid, unlike these champions. Because we have a big job to do. No other president would have done what I did. No other president. I know the presidents. They wouldn't have done it. And it had to be done. What was happening to us on trade, not only with, you know, if you look at it, not only with China, but China was by far the biggest abuser in history, and others also, but somebody had to do it. They had to stop because it was not sustainable. Last year, China made $1 trillion off trade with the United States. That's not right. And now I've reversed it. It's for a short period of time, but we made $2 billion. We're making now $2 billion a day. And somebody had to do it. Roger actually said it. Charles Schwab was here a little while ago, one of the great financial people, and he said he's been waiting for 40 years for somebody to do what I did over the last month. And if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have a country. It wouldn't be sustainable. So I'm honored to have done it. And, you know, look, nothing's over yet, but we have a tremendous amount of spirit from other countries, including China. China wants to make a deal. They just don't know how quite to go about it. You know, it's one of those things they don't know how quite. They're proud people. And President Xi's a proud man. I know him very well. And they don't know quite how to go about it, but they'll figure it out. They're in the process of figuring it out, but they want to make a deal. And we have many other countries, as you know, many more than 75. And they all want to come, and they want to come here, or they'll go to Commerce, or they'll go to Treasury. We have our great senators here and congressmen.
Love them.
They'll call John, they'll do somebody, they'll go through somebody, but they're all calling, how do we do this? They all want to make a deal. Somebody had to do what we did, and I did a 90-day pause for the people that didn't retaliate, because I told them, if you retaliate, we're going to double it. And that's what I did with China, because they did retaliate. So we'll see how it all works out. I think it's going to work out amazing. I think that our country is going to be at the end of a year or shorter, but I think we're going to have something that nobody would have dreamt possible.
I hope that's true.
Me too.
That's
125% on China, by the way. 125%.
Yeah, he talked about the wheeling and dealing, how it wasn't. This isn't just off the rack tariffs,
right? Yeah. He said, based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world markets, I'm hereby raising the tariff charged to China by the United States of America to 125%, effective immediately.
Think about it.
At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. Conversely, and based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called representatives of the United States, including the Departments of Commerce, Treasury, and USTR, to negotiate a solution to the subjects being discussed relative to trade barriers, tariffs, currency manipulation, and non-monetary tariffs, and that these countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the United States, I've authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%. Also, effective immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Good day.
Yeah, and the EU matched that pause. Okay, well, then we'll do a 90-day pause as well. So, there you go.
All right. So, everybody but China in on the pause, which is probably as it should be, because China is still trying to, they're still trying to screw us every day. And they continue to do that. They steal and they spy and they cheat. It was Kevin Leary had some interesting things to say. I think he was on CNN yesterday. This is Cut 6. Kevin Leary on the Chinese tariffs.
104% tariffs in China are not enough. I'm advocating 400%. I do business in China.
Wow.
They don't play by the rules. They've been in the WTO for decades. They have never abided by any of the rules they agreed to when they came in for decades. They cheat, they steal IP. I can't litigate in their courts. They take product, technology, they steal it, they manufacture it, and sell it back here. Never has an administration.
400% tariffs? What would that
I
look
want
like?
Xi on an airplane to Washington to level the playing field. This is not about tariffs anymore. Nobody has taken on China yet, not the Europeans, no administration for decades. As someone who actually does business there, I've had enough. I speak for millions of Americans who have IP that have been stolen by the Chinese. I have nothing against the Chinese people. They brought great literacy, art, and tech to the world. The government cheats and steals, and finally, an administration, you may not like Trump, you may not like his style or his rhetoric, finally, an administration that puts up and says enough. 400% tariffs tomorrow morning. I'll tell you why.
Love that.
She can only stay the supreme leader if people are employed. If we wipe out any business there, because we are still 39% of all consumables on Earth and 25% of the world's GDP, America is the #1 economy on Earth with all the cards. We will not have that forever. It's time to squeeze Chinese heads into the wall now.
Well, hold on. I hear you, but hold on. If we're talking about people, the average consumer, not necessarily the head honchos of businesses all across the globe, can they withstand the pressure of that sort of tax on the goods?
It's short-lived. There will be
but what's your timeline compared to, you don't know the average American's timeline, what they can actually survive. There's people right now who can't survive
400% tomorrow morning, cheese on an airplane to Washington to cut a deal.
Wow.
Okay.
That's ironic that you sent that clip in, Pat, because I almost sent all of you guys an 8-minute clip of him. That Kevin O'Leary, that's the Shark Tank guy, right? The Canadian, he's worth $400 million. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. And I watched an 8-minute thing where it was like an extended version of this. He has no mercy for China. And
like he said enough.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing business there every day, and he's sick of their practices, stealing his intellectual property. I mean, over and over and over and over and over, they've done it.
And that's interesting that he can't litigate against them.
Yeah.
They won't allow that. Now, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's ours.
Right. So what are you going to do? I mean, and they've done that forever, and everybody knows they're doing it.
Yes.
And nobody ever does anything about it. So President Trump's doing something about it. Is it going to change the price of things at Walmart for a little while?
Maybe. Walmart said they were, I think they said they were going to try to
eat it for a while?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
You can only do that for a short time.
Yeah.
Just don't get yippy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, don't get yippy. And look, all these deals, all these tariffs, it's not off the rack tariffs, okay? We're talking about tailor-made.
Right.
Tailor-made tariffs.
Yeah. I like tailor-made because China...
Nobody likes off the rack.
China needs to be dealt with this way right now. And maybe Europe doesn't. If they're going to pause too.
Look, this is interesting. I mean, this every day is an adventure in the stock market, and watching this thing play out in real time. If you're China, at any point, do you turn this into an actual hot war? Like, I don't know what cards are left for them to play. Because if you take away their economic stability, which is already very fragile, I just don't know what they're going to do.
Well, she makes a good point, though, that CNN host, whoever she was, that I don't know how long the American people can put up with it, right? It's, I know Kevin says it's short-lived. Okay. Donald Trump believes that it's going to be short-lived. Okay. But even in that short amount of time, we're talking about, and I joked around about it yesterday, but, you talk about pharmaceuticals. We get a lot of pharmaceuticals from China.
Yeah, that's true.
And if they pull the plug on that,
that's bad.
People are going to be dying.
Yeah, that's bad.
And I'll say I have a right-leaning independent in my circle who has been blowing me up about these tariffs, very nervous. He's probably 20 years away from retirement, but he is not happy. That was before yesterday with the stock exchange. And then I have another right-leaning guy who's about 5-10 years from retirement. He's like, okay, I'm going to trust the plan, but I don't know what are we doing here. Look, we made this case before the stock market really tanked. We said, look, we got to trust the plan, right? I mean, this is why you have this guy in office, and he's an outside-of-the-box thinker. And I love the old tweet that resurfaced from 2014. I mean, you could have seen this coming from a mile away. This is from 2014. Deals are my art form. He says, other people paint beautifully or write poetry. I like making deals, preferably big deals. That's how I get my kicks. That's funny. Good stuff.
And he loves tariffs.
Yep.
He told Glenn on the phone, I love tariffs. Yeah, you make some really good points, Glenn, but I love tariffs. Okay. Why? And I think we're seeing why. Because we've been getting the raw end of the deal for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's nice to have a president that loves our country.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And nobody's done a thing about it. They've just let it slide forever.
Okay,
because nobody wanted to endure the pain at the beginning.
Correct. And one of his arguments is, hey, we'll make so much money from tariffs that, we'll get rid of the income tax. Well, if he levels the playing field to zero,
then
does my income tax go away?
No.
No, but I mean, it's gone.
No, because I mean, not if. No, you can't replace income tax with tariffs if there aren't any. Right?
I know.
So yeah.
But again, if he revisits the no taxes for anyone making $150,000 or less, Glenn may not think that's a good plan. But if you're a populist president, I think that's a damn good plan.
I do too.
Especially in light of all the nervousness with the stock market. You now do a 1-2 punch. Say, look, I know. Look, just trust me on that, on the tariffs. But hey, in the meantime, how do you like no tax on $150,000? I think that would do a lot to relieve the stress, even if it was just something they're discussing right now.
Yeah, okay. I got to tell you about something that you really need to hear about. And it's bold, it's real, and it cuts through the mainstream noise. It's called Frontier Magazine by Blaze Media, and it's back with issue number 2. If you missed the first one, I hate to say it, but you missed out on something huge. This isn't some run-of-the-mill magazine. Frontier is a patriotic movement. It's about truth. It's about legacy. It's about the stories that really matter. And in issue number 2, we've taken things to a whole new level. Issue 2 is bigger, bolder, and packed with the deep dive investigative journalism, exclusive interviews, and unapologetic storytelling that Blaze Media is known for. Frontier is a movement. It's a call to action for people who refuse to let history, values, and hard truths be rewritten or ignored. But here's the deal. You can't buy Frontier anywhere. Not in stores, not online. The only way to get it? Through Blaze Unlimited. And let me tell you, Blaze Unlimited is so much more. It's more than just a way to get Frontier Magazine. You also get early access to exclusive events and VIP opportunities, dedicated customer support and VIP treatment, exclusive members-only content, and a premium experience for those who demand more. This is how you get plugged in. This is how you go deeper. This is how you stand with us. Go to blazeunlimited.com/Pat. Right now, lock in your subscription before we sell out again. And if you lock in your subscription today, you'll also get issue 1 of Frontier in full high-resolution digital. This isn't just about reading Frontier. It's about living it. So don't wait. Get in on this right now before it's too late.
Pat Gray is Unleashed.
All right, let's go to Chris Matthews.
This is awesome.
Where, why was Chris Matthews on anywhere?
He was on a Morning Cup of Post.
Okay, all right.
And I don't know why they, I guess they're. You know what? We should have Chris on.
Who thought that was a good
I don't
get?
know. I don't know.
I mean, that's the guy you call when nobody else is available. All right,
that's for sure.
Call Chris. We'll get him on there. Throw him a bone. Whatever. And then when you get him on, he is a rambling fool.
That's awesome.
Good.
Here's what happened.
This other thing, I watched on the evening news last night, one of the other networks, and I watched the issue of lumber. Now, you see, we get so much of our lumber, our 2x4s, from Canada. Where we get it from? Canada. We get our newsprint from up there for newspapers. The fact is, what are we going to do? Have more lumber made in the United States now? What is our plan now? Oh, we're not going to import wood, so we're going to make more wood? We're going to create more wood? Is that it? I don't think we are in a position to simply replicate the imports coming into this country with our own products. They can't always be done. And I think if a wood's example of that, wood. Are we going to make more wood in this country because of our trade deal? I don't think so.
Woo! Blazing insight right there.
Wow.
Huh?
Hadn't thought about the wood situation.
I know. That's why he's at the forefront.
Right. Tell me that you're old and out of touch without telling me that you're old and out of touch. We got
newspapers?
We got an evening news reference. We got a wood for newspapers reference. I mean, this guy.
Wow.
Yeah, and you do actually. I think you do make more wood. It's called growing trees. I don't know if you know that,
You can't
Chris.
just grow trees overnight. Okay? It takes a while. I'm pretty sure if I remember at one point yesterday when people were commenting about this stupid Chris Matthews clip, I think when Trump's last administration, we were ahead of Canada in making 2x4s. And that went away during Biden, with regulation. Weird.
Has Chris Matthews ever been to a forest in the United States of America?
I don't know.
We got a pretty significant amount of wood in this country. I think we'd be okay. If we really had to, I think we'd be all right.
Yeah. Well, that's a good-looking tree. I know. Cut it down.
Yeah. You might have to contend with some environmentalists.
Yeah, well.
But we do have a good amount of trees. You know, there's more trees than
this is a great state.
Stars in the sky on this planet.
State. I don't know that that's actually true, but
it is true.
It is absolutely true.
It is true. It's absolutely true. There's 3 trillion trees on this planet.
They may have a lot more stars.
3 trillion. There are not more stars in the Milky Way
I
than
think we do.
No, we don't.
Have you counted them?
There are 200 billion stars in the Milky Way. 200 billion.
Yeah.
So there's more than 10 times the amount of trees on this planet than stars in the sky, in the Milky Way. If you're talking the entire universe, there's more than 3 trillion, yes. But
Milky Way.
Not in the Milky Way galaxy.
Okay, got it.
There's more trees on the planet than stars in the Milky Way
answer,
galaxy.
Jeffy? Changing your reply?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, he is.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. All right. So, he's not happy about it, though. Chris Matthews.
He is not.
The president has displeased Chris Matthews. Man, I didn't want to see that happen.
Drag Chris out of his retirement home, and he's pissed about the lumber.
What does he do, man?
I guess he's just a commentator on MSNBC.
He's on call.
Yeah,
we'll call you, Chris.
And he probably calls and says, you haven't called me in a year.
I bet that's exactly how it went down. I got some good thoughts on this tariff stuff. You should put me on.
Nobody's talking about the wood. That needs to be out there. What about the wood? You know how much wood we get from Canada? We don't have any wood here.
Chris, stand by. You'll have 60 seconds.
Go.
For the entire segment.
Joe and Miko set you up. Go.
So great. Scott Jennings on CNN the other day was talking about tariffs. Here's what
I do find it interesting in this conversation, though, about Democrats finding their, free market bona fides all of a sudden. I mean, these are the same party that's been arguing that corporations need to pay higher taxes. I mean, effectively, a tariff is just a tax on corporate activity. That's what it is. And Democrats for years have argued for higher corporate tax rates, and now they're arguing against effectively a tax on corporate activity. I think if I were Donald Trump, I might next week say, you know what? I'll meet you on this. Let's slash the corporate tax rate in half, and it'll mitigate your concerns about the tariffs. I bet you wouldn't find one Democrat who would agree to it, even though it would be an amazing idea.
I like the way he thinks.
I like that guy. Yeah. He's got a tough gig at CNN because they all gang up on him, and
he earns his cash.
Yeah, and to his point there about Democrats, suddenly, becoming free market.
Since when?
Right. There has been clip after clip after clip of Democrats like Chuck Schumer. Oh gosh, I forget who else was. You got the Connecticut senator guy. Who's that? Anyway, multiple Democrat clips making the rounds from the last 10 years, in support of tariffs and going after China.
Well, we played the Pelosi thing.
Yeah.
I think we played Schumer, didn't we? We played Pelosi
There's
from
a
'96.
lot of Schumer stuff, yeah.
And there's
Pelosi
a ton
had
of it.
laid out a huge. I mean, she had charts and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and she went on and on and on and on about
it. Was a Pelosi TED talk on the congressional floor.
Easily.
But now that it's Trump,
it's wrong.
Now
Completely
it's
wrong.
Terrible. Orange man bad. Okay, got it.
Yep. By the way, here's a Donald Trump tweet from 2014.
Yeah, I already threw that up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
you already put this up?
Yeah, that's what we...
Oh, yeah, you just put this up.
Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. There it is.
So what am I bringing this up again for? When you already put it up?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Deals are my art form.
So I didn't need this at all?
You didn't need you got them, though, at least. I thought you were missing them.
I
thought they were missing.
No. They were just in the case, and it was too much trouble to open the case. So I used the Jackie glasses.
Jeffy, is that you? Look, don't go. I'm not going to open the case.
I was with him, though, at the time. At the time.
Yeah,
send me a case that opens itself.
We need to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Having to reach in and open up that whole glasses case was just going to take too much time.
It's too much. Yeah, it was way too much. So saved us about, 3.5 seconds right there. Back on CNN, here's what their polling is showing about President Trump and these tariffs.
I think there was this concern among some folks that Donald Trump would come in for a second term and kind of be a lame duck. He ain't no lame duck. If anything, he's a soaring eagle. What am I talking about here?
Wow.
Let's talk about 100 executive orders in 2025. He's already signed 111 so far. That is the most at this point in a presidency in at least 100 years. In fact, it's the most in any single year, and we're only in April, since Harry S. Truman in the early 1950s. The bottom line is whether you like Trump or you don't like him, you can't say that he's come in and not try to deliver on what he at least believes was his promises on the campaign trail, and he's doing so in historic fashion.
How are people reacting to and feel about Trump's approach?
Yeah, okay. So Trump's approach here, what are we talking about? Trump's approach to presidential power. I think the American people recognize what he's doing here is completely different. We're talking, get this, 86% of the American public believes that Trump's approach to presidential power is completely different from past presidents, compared to only 14% who believe it is in line with precedent. And we're talking about at least 79% of Democrats, independents, and Republicans. So again, you can agree or you can disagree with Donald Trump, but what you can't disagree with is that he's doing things very differently. I have used the Frank Sinatra quote before. He is doing it, quote unquote, my way, and that is what Donald Trump has done throughout both of his presidential terms, and he's certainly doing that, Kate Baldwin, in term number 2.
So completely differently, clearly they agree, but take it a step further? Do the people think he has too much, he's taken too much power?
Yeah, this I think is the real question, right? You can believe that he's doing stuff completely differently, but do you think that he has a little too much power or not? And this is interesting. So Trump's presidential power is too much, the right amount, too little. Well, 47% say too much, but then you get 36% who say the right amount. Then you get 17% who say too little. So you're essentially dealing with a majority of the American public, 53%, who do not say that Trump has too much power. They either says he has too little power or the right amount of power. So the idea, that argument that Donald Trump is, quote unquote, a king, that I don't think holds with the American people. It does hold maybe with 47%, but with the majority of folks, they believe Donald Trump's doing something completely differently, and they don't believe he has too much power, and the executive orders he signed certainly suggest he's no lame duck. He is, as I said at the beginning, a soaring eagle.
That guy is Donald Trump's best friend right now.
You aren't lying, man.
And not only does he give the information that you don't expect on CNN, he's excited about it.
He brings it with energy.
You know?
Yes.
He does it with energy. I don't know that he agrees with the Trump stuff. He certainly couches it in, well, you might like him, you might not like him, but you can't deny.
I mean, that's
but
CNN.
He's just so animated about it that I'll bet that really pisses off CNN viewers.
He'd be a heck of a Wheel of Fortune contestant.
Yeah, he would.
Come on now, let's go. Big money.
I mean, they've every time, the last few clips, he's with different hosts, so he must, once he just burns through them. Like, I'm not having fun anymore. I can't do him.
A lot better than having Chris Matthews on.
Yeah. And you can't deny the numbers. I mean, the numbers are what they are. What are you going to do?
The numbers don't lie.
And let's give credit to CNN. They could bury this segment. They could bury these numbers. They don't have to put them out there for public viewing if they get poll results they don't like. So kudos to them for revealing them.
Yeah.
The numbers don't lie.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, more coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I got some tweets here. BYU mullet head tweets. Can you have a mullet head at BYU? I don't know. I think they've changed their standards on the haircuts a little bit.
I would hope so. This is 2025.
Yes, and it's different, believe me. If you cut down a tree in the forest, there's going to be a hole in the sky where the tree once was because somebody's making money.
That's right. Thank you.
Really good point. Let's see, Mr. Sean's. As sure as the saying, if you got it, truck brought it. If China has it, they stole it from the U.S. That's really true. Adrian Slade, curious about where this tariff standoff goes with China. The last time Trump adjusted trade tariffs with them, China unleashed a bioweapon upon the world.
With our help, I'll say. And in fact, I don't know if you want to play it now or wait for later, but we have a clip of. Remember in January 2017, Anthony Fauci said this next administration, Trump, is going to have to deal with a pandemic. And it's like, in hindsight, wow.
How'd you know that? How'd you know?
Interesting,
Yeah.
Anthony. Well, he's saying it again.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He's not giving as an immediate timetable as this next term, which was so specific back in 2017. But here it is. I mean, do you want to play this here? He's saying it's coming.
All
Clip
right.
12.
Since we're on it, let's play it.
What is likely to happen, I don't know if it's going to be next year or 10 years or 15 or 20 years from now, is the emergence of another respiratory disease. It may be another coronavirus because we know that coronaviruses really, mostly in bats, have the capability of binding to receptors that are in humans. It could be another flu. We're dealing with H5N1 now, which is bird flu, which has taken the somewhat disturbing step of infecting mammals, namely cows and cats.
Yeah, because
and
your gain of function research, probably.
More to a human. So my concern, Walter, is that whenever that happens, the next outbreak will be of a respiratory disease that's easily transmissible, that has a significant degree of morbidity.
And we are making
invited
this a
him.
little bit more dangerous with the cuts and our attitude towards science.
Oh, it's our cuts and
absolutely.
Science. Wow. Okay, so
was that
because
South
we're
by
cutting,
Southwest or something? Is that what he was yapping
not
at?
positive,
Okay.
but since we're cutting HHS and budget items, that's why we're going to have. Shut up, this guy. Lock him up.
Well, we can't. That's the problem. We can't now. So, unless we can do something with that auto sign situation, because
that just went away.
If Biden didn't actually sign it, these people are still on the hook.
Nobody cares about that.
It's gone, isn't it?
Yeah,
Man, that went away.
This went away. We're not going to worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
out the
we'll just
window
forget
now.
it.
How far back does Fauci's pardon go?
Was it 2014?
They all went back.
Well, you can go back much further than that if you want to find
That's
something on
true.
Anthony Fauci. So
that is true.
Let's get busy, boys.
He was working to save America years before that.
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone had to say it. Someone had to say
Thank
it.
you.
What a surprise it'd be, Jeff. What a
I'm not
stunning
surprised.
surprise. Yeah. All right. He's got some other stuff to say with the Fat Five here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's rock and roll. I did not know that it's ozone season because according to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, love them, ozone season is roughly March through November here in the great state of Texas. So we don't know an exact time when it starts. It's roughly March. And the Ozone Action Day forecasts are made for 9 participating metropolitan areas: Austin, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Corpus Christi, DFW, El Paso, Houston, San Antonio, Tyler, Longview, and Victoria.
So the state.
Yesterday, right. So yesterday and today, residents in Houston Galveston and Brazoria areas were asked, I guess Brazio, were asked to change their daily routines to help curb air pollution following the Ozone Action Day declaration by our friends at the Texas Commission on Environmental Equality. So make sure you avoid drive-through lanes.
Yeah.
Don't do drive-through lanes.
Okay.
And just
I'm
you
sure.
need to take specific measures to reduce emissions.
Okay.
I'm going to park and walk to the door for the earth.
You know what else you might want to avoid are parasites. Parasites are pretty nasty.
They are?
Yeah, they are. That really it makes me ill just to think of it. The thought of something living inside me, a parasite of some sort, it's a stuff of nightmares. And if it happens, you'd want it out really fast, right? That's why there's the Jace case. That's one of the many reasons. They just launched a new parasite use case with a 90-day supply of compounded ivermectin plus mebendazole. It's the fastest, most affordable way to kick those invaders to the curb without breaking the bank. I love how Jace keeps things simple, and I love knowing that you can get these meds really easily. And that should give you some peace of mind. Compounded ivermectin plus mebendazole is a hot topic lately, and for good reason. It's a powerhouse combination that tackles parasites inside and out. Like the Jace case makes it personal. I love that, too. They review your order with experts to ensure it's right for you. And it's like having a backup plan for your peace of mind. So go to jace.com and get your own parasite use case. Use the promo code PAT, P-A-T, at checkout and get a nice discount on your order. It's worth it. J-A-S-E, jace.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yes, it is.
All right, a little bit more of the Pat 5 here on Pat Gray Unleashed. And just a reminder, back to the ozone season and the air alert that's happening. Just remember that just do your part, okay? Because short-term exposure to elevated ozone can lead to breathing difficulties, and lung inflammation, and worsening conditions such as asthma. So be careful out there. Don't go through the drive-thru.
Okay.
Do not go through the drive-thru. Also, you are not alone. All About Cookies, which I love, and it's not the cookies you're thinking of, surveyed 1,000 U.S. adults to find out how much digital clutter they have in their lives and how they're impacted by it. So many people, you're disorganized, messy, physical spaces can impact things like productivity, anxiety, stress levels. Looking at anyone in this room. They did the average person has over 1,000 unread emails. If people feel digital clutter negatively impacts their life, 77%.
I only have 36,943.
So you're good. Is that just that one email address, though?
That's at one email. Yes.
So I'm at 26,000 on that.
Are you really?
Yeah, 506.
I thought I was extraordinary. That's not that much.
26,000.
There's only a 12,000
but messy
email difference.
Physical areas
That's just the one.
Can impact things around.
What are you referring to?
I'm just saying, it's just part of the story.
On my junk account, I probably got, 70 or 100,000 because I never go there.
So I had an
I
email
never clean
address
it out.
that just morphed into a junk account. That has 97,584 unread to go with the 26,000 one that I used.
Does it still accept?
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You don't get kicked back
It does.
yet?
No, it keeps going.
Thanks for the data source, Yahoo Mail.
All right. 50% of the people say they get frustrated because digital clutter makes it difficult to find apps and files they need.
Yeah.
Nearly 1/3 of the people have paid to upgrade a device to one with more storage because of the digital clutter.
I haven't had to worry about that yet.
No, I just carry around 3 phones.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I did like
So I'm the only one that has 0?
Seriously, 0? You got no unread email?
No.
Wow. What do you have, Jeffy?
Yesterday when I did the story on Chewing the Fat, and I had the main email account was like 9,700 and something unread emails.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
But I have like 5 or 6 different email accounts.
You know, you might as well, because you're never going to get to them. You might as well just dump them all. You know,
and that's what happens, right?
Dump.
Yes,
that's what happens.
And then just get rid of everything.
That's the way. That's the way I am with the clutter in my garage.
Right.
I've moved that stuff across 3 states.
Yes.
I should have burned
Me
it
too.
the move before the
3.
last.
You and me both, bro.
I should have just burned it the move two moves ago.
I've talked about this a lot.
Yes.
Jackie was trying to do that, and I was resistant to her. And now, you know, after this last move where we sold the house and moved all the stuff, I'm like, I want to get rid of every single thing we own. All of it goes.
Idea.
Everything goes before our next move. Everything.
I walk into my house and I'm like, everything has to go. I don't want
it's all got to go.
Because all you're doing,
except for that chair.
All you're doing is you're saving that cluttered mess for your kids to go through after you die.
Right. I mean, that's all you're doing.
I'm told.
Because you'll never
from
anything with it.
From my children. You know, I'm just throwing
it out. Right. That's going to be their job.
I'm not looking through that stuff. No, there's some good stuff in there. I'm not looking through that stuff. Not doing it.
Nope.
Not doing it.
And then there's like a you hold out for that 0.01% chance that you're like, one day I'm going to need that.
But that's the thing.
And you say to yourself, man, do I still have that? Oh no, I threw it out.
Right.
You don't want that.
I talked about this. If I would have burned everything that we had in that garage, if I'd have burned everything 2 moves ago, I would have gotten to the point where you're like, oh man, I had that. Oh well. And we'll move on.
Yeah. Yep.
Shouldn't have burned it. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, it's maddening. Be sure to subscribe to Chewing the Fat. That email address, actually, chewingthefat@theblaze.com, does not have any unread email. I read them all. So you're welcome. Be sure to subscribe to my Chewing the Fat podcast, available wherever you get your podcast. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Did you need to do another?
I actually do.
That's what I was setting you up.
From early mornings to late nights, you know, mom's always on the go. Your mom is always juggling work, family, and everything in between. Well, this Mother's Day, treat her to Everyday Earbuds by Raycon. What a great idea that is.
No doubt.
She deserves a moment to relax, to recharge, and enjoy her favorite music, podcasts, and calls in crystal clear sound. Raycon's Everyday Earbuds are the perfect gift for your mom, whether she's hitting the gym, busy with work, or just, you know, taking one of the many phone calls she habitually puts on speaker each day. Give your mom the gift of premium audio that goes where she does. Their latest model is better than ever with a 32-hour battery life. 32 hours and multi-point connectivity. That lets her pair with 2 devices at once. They're just so fantastic.
I know. I love them, actually. I love them.
Just so awesome. And I love the fact that they fit in your ears and they don't fall out. Plus, the sound quality is just as good as, you know, as the earbuds that cost twice the price.
I love the multiple device hookups, too.
Yeah, it's really
I
cool.
can go from my phone to my laptop and not have to change access points.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's awesome. Plus, Raycon's quick charge function, just 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery. These earbuds also come with active noise cancellation, which is often difficult to find at such an accessible price point. So, not with Raycon, starting at just half the price, as I mentioned, of the other premium brands. Raycon's everyday earbuds come with a spectrum of vibrant colors to match your mom's style, too. So, I love these things. We use them all the time. And again, the quality is so great. They stay in your ears, and the battery life is second to none. So if mom doesn't like her Raycons, they offer a 30-day happiness guarantee return policy, too. So no questions asked. Go to buyraycon.com/gray. Buy Raycon, Raycon. Buyraycon.com/gray. Get 20% off site-wide. Right now, Raycon is offering up to 20% site-wide when you go to buyraycon.com/gray. Buyraycon.com/gray.
Yes. Pat Gray continues.
Pat Gray does continue, and so does the Fat Five. Another side note benefit from those Raycon headsets that when you give them to someone, say whoever, your mom, your wife, anyone in your circle, when they use them, they're not bugging you.
Yeah.
It's a side benefit.
Yeah.
Florida's big dramatic win against the Houston Cougars in the national championship NCAA basketball game, the most watched NCAA title game in 6 years.
Oh.
The Monday Night Showdown averaged 18.1 million viewers, and it peaked at 21.1 million in the final portion of the game, coming down to the wire. And the 2019, the Virginia Cavaliers overtime win over Texas Tech averaged 19.6 million viewers, so really not that much more. How did the women do? Because the women had their championship on.
They did.
Weekend too.
Yeah, they did.
The 2025 Women's National Championship game averaged 8.4 million viewers. So now I love, and the UConn, UCLA, and South Carolina, Texas Tech, and the women's Final Four, they cranked out 3.9 million.
3.9 million.
3.9 million.
Okay. Wow. That was in the Final Four?
Yeah.
Jeez. Not even 4 million people.
Despite the dip, and that they tried to spin it. I mean, they still love. They can't make it a bad thing. Okay.
Well, no, they can't put the praise on what's her face,
Correct.
Caitlin.
Well, it's a 64% decrease from the record set last year.
64% with
right.
Caitlin,
and she didn't make it to the final. She was in the Final Four.
Yeah,
right. And they had over 10 million, over 10 million viewing, and so
wow,
it's still the third largest ever audience. It's still the third largest ever audience.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Against Iowa LSU. Who was that Iowa LSU again? Oh yeah,
that's right, Caitlin.
Yeah, the Caitlin Clark effect is definitely it. And the Houston Duke game was the most watched of the 2025 tournament up to the other game, the final championship game, the championship game that beat all of 2024. That game alone.
Wow.
So I mean, they did pretty well.
Yeah,
pretty well. They're pretty happy about it. We still have time for it. I could do this. I've had this. This I don't know that China's on everybody's mind these days. This is the Haijiang Grand Canyon Bridge that they're building in China, set to open sometime this year, becoming the world's tallest bridge at 2,050 feet.
Ooh, wow.
Recent footage of this bridge has been released.
Look at that.
Showing crews putting on the finishing touches. One of the most...
no, thank you.
Construction began back in 2022.
How many people have died?
The bridge is nearly a mile long and stands 9 times higher than the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. The bridge will cut travel time for drivers. They claim down to an hour. It's going to be from an hour to a minute. And it only cost $280 million. And there was no numbers on deaths. I don't think China cares.
No, they don't want to talk about that.
And they don't care.
No, they don't care, and they don't want to tell the rest of the world.
No way. I mean,
wow,
I don't
look
know.
at that. That's incredible, though.
It is
How
incredible.
they do that.
It is incredible.
Wow. That's amazing. I don't want to drive on that
Paid for
thing.
by our tariff money.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And welcome to it. Let me tell you about Fast Growing Trees real quick. Did you know that Fast Growing Trees is the biggest online nursery in the United States of America? They got thousands of different plants, over 2 million happy customers. They have all the plants your yard needs, like fruit trees, privacy trees, the flowering trees, shrubs, and so much more. Whatever plant you're interested in, Fast Growing Trees has you covered. You can find the perfect fit for your climate and for the space that you have, like I did in my yard, and looks beautiful, and got all the great advice from them because they know what the climate is and what the soil is like in Texas, and they can direct you into the right area. You can order online. You get your plants delivered directly to your door in just a few days without ever leaving home. Their Alive and Thrive guarantee, too, ensures that your plants arrive happy and healthy. Plus, you get support from trained plant experts who are on call to help you plan your landscape. Choose the right plant and learn how to care for them from Fast Growing Trees and the experts that they have there for you. This spring, they have the best deals for your yard, too. Up to half off on select plants and other deals. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when using the promo code PAT at checkout. That's an additional 15% off their already low prices at fastgrowingtrees.com. Use the promo code PAT at checkout. Fastgrowingtrees.com, promo code PAT. Now's the perfect time to plant. Use PAT to save money. Offers valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions may apply.
Pat Gray Unleashed is here.
A few tweets here. Giblets tweets, do we decorate a tree for ozone season?
I think that's the problem.
Also from Lone Wolf 2965, it's ozone season in Texas. How much does an ozone hunting license cost?
Oh, fair
and
question.
what's the bag limit?
Mm-hmm. How many ozones are you allowed per?
I think only one hole per person.
Yeah, one hole per person.
Yeah, you can get one hole per person.
Write your own jokes.
Banana Republic of America. Jeffy's emails are the receipts from the all-you-can-eat Chinese buffets.
Oh, you get a email to you. I didn't know you could do that.
Why?
Why?
That's fun.
Why what? What's the problem?
Hey, what's going on over there?
Why would
Just a
the
question.
buffets be
Just a question.
I don't know. Caffeinated
I like
Texan.
Chinese people too, but come on.
Is there any possibility that we could accidentally send Fauci to that prison in El Salvador that we can't get people back out of? Just spitballing.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's where he belongs. Crimes against humanity for the last 50 years.
Jeez. All right. Keith, walk us through what's happening with the Muslim communities around the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
I mean, it's
all through Texas.
Yeah.
It's happening all over Texas.
All over Texas. In fact, I think first of all, Amy Meck, AMYMEK, is a great follow on Twitter if you want to keep up to date on what's happening to this state. And she mentioned in one tweet, Sugar Land, Texas is the next target.
It's down by Houston.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So obviously you got this thing going on in Plano, and we sit around and we talk about, man, this has been going on for a while because a former cop testified, went to a city council meeting and was talking about how it overlooks like the bomb squad area of the police there in Plano and like the SWAT team stuff. This one particular house that a leader of the Muslim community there. But anyway, it's all sorts of stuff. But here we go. This plan right here is laid out very clearly in this 5-minute clip. These three guys, it's like a developer, it's a podcast host, talking about how they go about creating these communities. And this is fascinating how honest they are.
All right.
I've thought about why don't we do something like this? Why don't Muslims get together and do something like this? But I'll be honest, I always thought it was impossible, which is to create a community within UK, USA for Muslims, or that's built for a Muslim type of client.
Yes,
right. Of course, I'm sure you can't like exclude people because of religion or whatnot, right?
There are ways about that. I'll tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are very wise ways. But go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, so the point is that you've acquired land.
Alhamdulillah.
Allahumma barik. Where there's a masjid in the middle, and then there are 250 properties that are going to be built.
Probably more. Yes.
Right around the masjid.
Yes.
You're gonna have gyms that are like
segregated.
Allahumma barik. What amazes me is that you've actually done it. And you sold out all of the plots.
Yes, within 40 minutes.
Oh, the 40 minutes was your one?
Yeah.
I thought that was the other one.
No, so the 40 minutes, they also did it, but they did it second. But they did it all social media announcement. We did it at our house, brother. Nobody even knows about it. Like completely, like brothers like you, close brothers came, brought their friends and family. We told them the mission, and boom, 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 it's done.
And just so people can have like context, like what were the deposits people were giving?
$50,000.
Just
just like that. Boom, boom, boom.
And how big is this project in terms of dollars?
Yes. So just those land that we acquired is $6.8 million, and it's 279 acre land. So like you said, brother, masjid, homes, a total Muslim village. So we're still debating on the name, but it's going to be something Muslim name and a village attached to it, right? The names of the streets: Khalid ibn al-Walid, Tariq bin Ziyad, like all the great conquerors. Like people need to Google those conquerors and know like what are we made of.
They're laughing Islamophobes, and they should be, because
Google Tariq bin Ziyad, and then we want to have different sections like Andalusia, this, that, like all our past glories, and we want to bring it back. The way what we're doing, brother, like you cannot make it exclusive, like non-Muslims not allowed.
Yeah. Listen to this.
What we're doing, there's something called association fee. I don't know what it's called in Dubai. Like your maintenance fee that you pay yearly, cutting the service fee, to cut the grass, to remove the snow and whatnot.
It's an HOA
so that
fee.
Service fee will put there 75% of the service fee you're paying goes to the masjid.
So they would automatically not want to come.
Automatically,
you're funding the
if
mosque.
you are a practicing Christian, I would advise you, why help the Muslims, Let Muslims do their own thing.
Pause it for a second.
This is the way we're going to put that.
They are trying to exclude Christians.
Yep.
And
unless
Jews
you want to,
and anybody else.
And he addresses this. If you're a Christian, you don't want to fund our mosque.
Right.
Listen to this.
Right. Holy.
I would advise you, why help the Muslims, Let Muslims do their own thing, right? So this is the way we're going to put the clause. And our attorney already put it there. So we have, brother, think about it. Like a guy comes from Bangladesh, have no idea about anything. Brother, we're putting an application now where we're selecting the names of the streets in the United States of America. We're putting the subdivision laws. Like, hey, this is the law. One of the laws being your yearly contribution, 75% of it goes to support the masjid. That's going to be there.
Just said that.
We're making these laws. We're putting those laws. It's unbelievable what Allah can do for you.
You know just blew my mind.
They say what's called verbal manifestations. If you keep saying something to someone, they'll become like that. If you keep telling someone they're a villain, they'll become a villain. People get saying, these Muslims are taking over. We are taking over. I'm actually will do it.
No, but you know what's mad is what you just said, bro. Actually, I think it was mind blowing. You said a guy from Bangladesh comes over to the USA.
Starts naming streets
after Islamic
conquerors. I cannot remember you. And I suggested those names on the conversation.
Right.
Can we have like normal?
Ask Allah, Ya Allah, give success to this project. Ya Allah, protect this project and give it success.
There's no riba involved.
Yeah,
no riba, brother.
No haram.
So we 6.8 million we raised in 40 minutes. Now I'm like, okay, this is happening. This happened, right? And this is another thing. People fear too much, brother. Now you've raised it. Now I have great attorneys. Now we're going to use the kuffar when the talent comes in, right? We have the great attorneys. So I hired everyone that the township knows. So they have dealt with this is their boy, their attorney. This is their civil engineer. This is their planning commissioner. I have hired all of them in our team. Now they are submitting the application, because now comes the real world. You got to play it wise, right? So now the township is going to see an application coming from, I'm not going to name his name, like John Smith. Submitting this application, but it says Khalid ibn Walid Street. Oh my God, what is John Smith thinking, right? But this is what you make John Smith do when you got the money. You hire John Smith and tell him, hey, submit an application as I tell you to submit. Yeah. So
are you sure this podcast is not going to get you in trouble?
Nothing, brother. I don't care. What are you going to do? So this is another
but
thing.
I want the project to manifest.
Of course.
That's where you got to pull out the Constitution.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Freedom of religion.
Exactly, brother.
You man identify as whatever you want, bro. I identify as Khalid bin Walid Street.
Yes.
This street identifies as Khalid bin Walid Street.
What are you going to do now? Hurt the street's feelings? Come on, man. Yeah. This is funny.
That's hysterical.
This is funny.
That's real funny. Yeah, that's funny. Wow.
Yep, it's happening.
Oh my gosh.
That's happening. Yep.
Yeah, pretty straightforward,
wasn't it though?
And they're gonna try to institute Sharia law.
Yeah, well, that would be
listen to what they're saying.
No-go zones. We don't need you. We're taking care of it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned the Sharia law stuff. You remember we talked about congratulations to Texas. We can't lower property taxes. We can't get ivermectin over the counter. We can't get funding school choice, but we can get a Pakistan Day. And one of the posts from Amy Meck that I mentioned before was the Texas state representative who's been in office for a couple of years now. I mean, he is he is full go. He's got where public schools in Texas are being targeted with halal food mandates. She reports that halal meat is not just food. It is Sharia-compliant slaughter done in the name of Allah. Halal certification often funnels money to extremist-linked groups, including those under federal investigation for ties to terror finance. The same representative, let's see, he got Pakistan Day. He now has in Texas, May, coming up real soon, is Muslim Heritage Month in the state of Texas. And again, I told you about Sugar Land. That's another target here. But good stuff coming our way.
Well, the state of Texas is on top of it, though.
They're on top of it.
Because
Yeah.
Governor Abbott announced that the state has ordered the East Plano Islamic Center to immediately stop what officials say are illegal funeral operations.
Yeah, that's they're trying to get them on that. Yep. So
we're on it.
Yeah, and there's multiple injunctions that they're trying right now, any way they can to stop this.
Listen to these guys.
But
they've got the whole plan.
Yes, they've got it planned out
for their
the Epic City Project.
Correct. Do you want to take a quick tour around Irving, Texas, and see some of these communities that have these names after Islamic conquerors? Here we go. Here's Irving, Texas. Okay. Look at this.
It's okay, sister.
This is where we are right now.
Right now. It's just down the road from us.
Wow. You are good. Everybody is Muslim here. Names have been chosen on Muslim scientists of the golden era of Islam. So this is the masjid. MashaAllah, they have the Salam Masjid here. Private park. All right, I can't play here. MashaAllah written on all of them.
These are nice homes, too.
Oh my God, this one is a real beauty. This is Muslims, right? Medina Villas, I knew it. They're Muslim. The masjid is right next door. We just walk to the masjid, MashaAllah. That's how easy it is here. Subhanallah, in America, in the United States. Welcome to Irving, Texas. And we are entering a very interesting community. A community made up of Muslims.
Yes,
a community where the street names are all Muslims. This is the Valencia State.
So they've already done this.
Drive. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Only in Dallas, Texas, where you will see these homes where not even the people inside are Muslim, but actually the name of the streets are Muslim.
There you go.
Amal Saleh Drive. Subhanallah.
Americana,
Check
baby.
out these homes. We are looking at these homes here in Irving, Texas. There's another brother. Assalamu alaikum, brother. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. This is ideal life for Muslims, where you can say salam to everybody. Subhanallah. Amal Saleh Drive and Salma Jameel Court. I've never seen a place like
Check
this before.
out. Check this out. He gets excited when he sees this license
in America,
plate.
usually you have, Christian names, white names, Western names of streets, Jackson Street, Edward Street, John Street. This is the playground for your Muslim kids. They can play here.
All right, that's clip one. Now he's he's leaving this neighborhood, and then he stumbles into another neighborhood with Muslim street names. This is where he gets excited about the license plate he sees from out of state.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I just find another one. So I was on the way to Villas of Andalus, but there seems like there is one more Islamic community here on the way.
All right.
So let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lakeview Drive, Zahir Court. MashaAllah. Zahir Court, huh? Subhanallah, what is this? So there is another Muslim community just less than a mile away from that one. Oh, this is just one street? Okay.
Oh, just one street. That's
interesting. This is just one street. Minnesota. MashaAllah, these Minnesotan brothers are moving to Texas like
all right.
On a cul-de-sac.
We're getting new Somalia moving to Irving, Texas. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, and then over the weekend we had fun in Toronto, Canada, where we had a call to prayer right there at the old mall, Toronto Eaton Center. So there you go. Good stuff happening in the West. Attention Kmart shoppers.
But if you're in the UK and you're standing outside someone's house and you are praying silently, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
If you're outside praying silently in the UK,
right,
you're going to jail.
Yeah,
but
that's perfectly fine.
But if you
that's great.
If you get your rug out and you
have you
kneel
called
down,
a prayer anywhere?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's fine.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
All right. Let me tell you about Beam's Dream Powder. This can help you unwind and go to sleep and stay asleep like it helps me. And wake up energized. It's made right here in America. Just go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use promo code Pat. Get 40% off your first order. That's why I'm so excited to share something that's made a real difference in my life. Beam's Dream Powder. It's proudly founded in America. It's run by people who share our values of hard work, integrity, and delivering results. It's a science-backed, healthy nighttime blend packed with ingredients shown to improve sleep, so you can wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day. Dream is made with a powerful blend of all natural ingredients: reishi, magnesium, theanine, apigen, and melatonin. It's designed to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling great. And unlike other sleep aids, there's no next day grogginess. Just great, restful sleep. Beam has already improved over 17.5 million nights of sleep, helping people across the country wake up and feel their best. And here's the deal right now. Beam is giving my listeners the ultimate Patriot discount of 40% off.
Nice.
So try their best-selling Dream Powder tonight and get up to 40% off for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat at checkout. That's shop, BEAM, shopbeam.com/Pat. Promo code Pat to get up to 40% off. You'll be supporting an American company. Invest in yourself and start getting your best sleep tonight.
Call us at 888-900-3393. Pat Gray Unleashed will return.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. We're just talking about the wonderful Muslim communities that are springing up all over the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and the Sugar Land, Texas, suburban Houston.
Yeah, those streets were clean. Yards were trimmed.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was great. And we've already got several of those wonderful communities in Irving, Texas. That's
Thanks
great.
to Allah.
Which is, praise Allah. Yeah,
praise
inshallah.
Inshallah.
So that's great. That's great.
Yeah, it is great. Speaking of Muslim communities, I see your boy got the gig.
My boy,
your boy, Mike Huckabee. Got the gig to be the ambassador to Israel. Yeah, I was thinking maybe think of Israel.
He's not Muslim, Israel. You know that, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's not Muslim.
Should have sent John Cornyn over to the Middle East for something, right? With his inshallah stuff.
All I thought of when I saw the announcement that Mike Huckabee was going to be the ambassador to Israel, I thought that his daughter called up Don and said,
"Get him out of here,
please. I can't take him anymore. Don, send him away."
Probably. Well, when I was governor, here's what I did, Sarah.
Every day I turn around, he's coming up the steps here at the Capitol. I can't take it.
And she's been so loyal to President Trump.
Absolutely.
That I think he would have helped.
He did.
He did. And he did. Yeah, he did. All right. So now Robert Kennedy Jr. recently promoted the MMR vaccine.
Yeah, I think you guys mentioned this.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. We talked about that.
It's very weird that his account, and that's what some people are saying. Look, it's not him; it's his account.
Okay, well, that's him.
Sure, yeah.
That's him.
But what's interesting is that a couple of things. He just fired a guy, or let a guy go that wouldn't give him. So, okay, here's the report. Dr. Peter Marks, former director of vaccine safety at the FDA, confirms Kennedy requested all data on cases of brain swelling and deaths caused by the measles vaccine. And so apparently, Ms. Marks' guy was let go, given the option to resign or be fired, because he said there are no such cases to Kennedy. That didn't sit well, so now he's gone. But at the same time, you've got now this government is making it their policy to not promote vaccines. So I don't know. It's such a conflicting message from the Kennedy HHS front. But somebody else said, I talked to him offline, and he said, just be patient. If you're against vaccines and want America to be healthy again, just be patient. So I don't know, but it is a conflicting message going on from Kennedy.
Yeah, not that long ago, he was talking about the measles. Here's what he had to say then.
I had measles when I was a kid. I had 11 brothers and sisters. We all got measles. It was
me too.
Yeah, it was a great week. We stayed home. We watched Sea Hunt. We got soup. What is the cure for measles? The treatment for measles, it's chicken soup and vitamin A. You can't patent those. So pharma was seeing all these people who were sick and making no money. But if they give you a measles, an MMR vaccine, and now 1 in every couple thousand people get the seizures, and 1 in every 1,000 of them now has lifetime epilepsy, you now have a customer for life who's paying a lot of money for chronic disease. Every one of these childhood diseases, mumps, measles, chicken pox, were self-limiting. In other words, after a week, they're gone. And they were all treatable.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
None of the chronic diseases that are caused by vaccine are self-limiting. They're lifetime injuries. They're treatable. The symptoms are treatable, but you're addicted. Now you have a seven. Like I'm buying for my kids $600 EpiPens for life, and albuterol inhalers, and Adderall, and all of these things that we now are this generation is addicted to because they've all got chronic disease.
Wow. Yep. Okay. Well.
All right.
So we'll see.
It's a conflicting message.
So it's the same guy.
Who got a hold of your boy's Twitter account?
It's the same guy who's saying that the MMR vaccine is the most effective way to stop measles.
And what he said was true.
Yeah.
Because I had measles when I was a kid. It was no big deal.
Right.
It wasn't a big deal. Why is it such a big deal now? Why is it a death sentence all of a sudden? I don't know.
I don't understand it.
Very bizarre. That's a case with so many things now. Everything's become a crisis. Everything.
Praise Allah.
Inshallah, yes. All right, 888-900-3393. More coming up.
Inshallah.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
I'd like to tell you a story, son.
If it's not about a king, then I'm not interested.
It just so happens that this story is about the King of Kings.
Huh?
Our story begins 2,000 years ago in the little town of Bethlehem.
For unto you is born this day a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
So what did they do?
Well, let's see.
To raise Lazarus from the dead. No one will ever follow him again. I mean, unless Lazarus just walks out of the...
Have faith in me and you will be saved.
Let me tell you about a great new movie from Angel Studios, the studio behind The Sound of Freedom. It's a brand new film called King of Kings. A father tells his son the greatest story ever told, and what begins as a bedtime tale becomes a life-changing journey. Through vivid imagination, the boy walks alongside Jesus, witnessing his miracles, facing his trials, and understanding his ultimate sacrifice. King of Kings invites us to rediscover the enduring power of hope, love, and redemption through the eyes of a child. This movie has a high-profile cast of voices, which includes Oscar Isaac, Pierce Brosnan, Mark Hamill, Kenneth Branagh, Ben Kingsley, Uma Thurman, and Forrest Whitaker, to name a few. There's also really beautiful animation, and it's the perfect movie to enjoy with your family this Easter. Want to encourage you and your family to watch this movie today. Get your tickets today at angel.com/unleashed. That's angel.com/unleashed.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Another story that has developed here in Texas is what happened in Frisco last week with the stabbing of the 18-year-old kid, Austin Metcalf. I think he was a straight-A student, right? He was the most valuable player on their football team, just a kid with everything going for him. And society has just gone stark raving mad, much like the murderer of that insurance CEO.
Yeah.
This killer has somehow become a victim too. How this kid who stabbed another teenager in the heart became a victim, I'll never know. But
he started with his dad, right?
I guess
it was his dad that did an interview talking about that he was the victim.
Claiming self-defense? How? How is this self-defense? How did Austin did he pull a gun on him? No. Did he pull a knife on him?
Touched him, Pat.
No. Yeah, he asked him to leave.
And according to the person who stabbed him, the murderer,
he said, "Touch me and see what happens." Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he touched him, and he stabbed him in the heart. Yeah, I mean that's not self-defense.
And he admitted it to the police.
Did. We have a dozen GoFundMe sites now, fundraisers.
Raised like $250,000 to $300,000 for this guy.
Is that the grand total?
Yeah.
Because
that's the last one I saw 2 days ago.
Well, I'm saying that there's 12 separate fundraisers for.
I don't understand
Carmelo
it.
Anthony. Yeah.
I don't understand it. Why are you not raising money for the family of the victim?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it dwarfs,
unbelievable.
It dwarfs the amount of money raised for.
Yeah, because the dad started a GoFundMe, right, for the son.
Austin Metcalf, yeah.
It's unreal. It's I don't know. It's really, really astounding to me. I mean, he didn't. For as far as I know, he didn't hit him. He touched him, though. Touch me and see what happens. So he touched him, probably being, flippant about it. And so.
Because you're not supposed to be here. Go to your tent.
Right.
You're not supposed to be in our tent.
Right.
Get out of here.
Because he was from some other high school.
Yeah.
Right? And this was for this specific high school.
Each school had their own tent.
Yeah. In fact, was he from Centennial High in California? I think.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But
I don't remember the schools.
Just really tragic. Really, really sad. On a happier note, the Masters Golf Tournament starts today in Augusta, Georgia.
All right.
Yesterday was the
nap through that.
Oh,
you napped through that? Yeah.
Let's hear it on the Masters. We're coming up on hole 4.
Oh yeah. Oh, the first tee time is exactly. Oh, it was an hour ago. 7:40 Eastern. Never mind.
Okay. Yeah. Yesterday was the par 3 competition.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where the families get out and stuff. And
isn't that a wonderful time?
It is.
It's just so adorable.
I bet you, I don't have the clip sheet in front of me, but
it was adorable.
This is this god-awful.
Play the clip, please.
Rory's with his kids.
This is Rory McIlroy. He's got his little daughter. I don't know how old she is.
So
2, 3 years old.
Yeah.
3 years old.
She doesn't even want to be out there. Doesn't know what she's doing.
What do you mean she doesn't know what she's doing?
She doesn't know what she's doing.
Her dad's Rory McIlroy.
She barely touches this ball.
Well, that's because she's reading the green properly, Jeffy.
Okay.
But don't
get out of the way.
It's going to go.
All right?
It's going to go. It goes.
She doesn't care.
No, she doesn't care because she has no idea what she's doing. And the oldest kid, she just wants nothing to do about
it. Yeah, she doesn't care. Look at her. Yeah. She doesn't care. She's like, Dad, take me away, please. Yeah. Take me away. I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like
Everybody's
this
paying attention to me, and I don't like it. And I don't like it.
Nice job.
That's cute, though.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, so it is adorable.
It is
after
adorable.
all.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
I didn't say it wasn't. Okay. He did.
No, in fact, you said it was adorable.
Right. It is adorable. And
the video confirms it.
Yeah.
Jeffy.
There was somebody else's kid who hit a nice shot, too. It looked like a little boy, like maybe 4 or 5.
I missed
did you
that
see
one.
that? You missed that one? Yeah. It looked like a pretty good shot, too.
Okay. I totally missed it.
I think he hit that thing like 400 yards or something. It was really
so
incredible.
much fun on the day that they bring the families in, isn't it? It is.
It is.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I know. I know that's what you said. That's not what you meant, however. But such a douchebag.
I know. Well said. Because it's the truth.
It is. It is. It's the truth. There's just no way around it.
I don't know how I'll get by.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big Masters golf fan. I don't pay attention to it, really. I might look at who won.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's about it. I don't watch the competition.
It's
Do you
rare.
actually watch it, Keith?
Yeah,
you do watch
Keith
it.
watched it. And I think, the last time I probably watched it for real was when Tiger was so big.
Yeah, he's not in. And that was his April Fool's Day joke. I've been making incredible progress after my surgery. I'm going to be there. And then like 8 minutes later.
Not so much.
April Fool's. I don't know. Davis Riley, his Masters debut. He is 3 under after 4. Wow.
Okay.
There's your
and we haven't seen much of the live golfers to see how they're going to end up doing, so it's I don't know. I'm not really excited about
whatever
it.
happened with the PGA and live coming together?
That was supposed to happen, and they just read a paragraph. I didn't read the whole story, but they broke up now again.
Oh, they did.
They had a big fight over something, and it's not going to work.
So it's
out.
not going to happen
as of right now. I mean, I don't know if we're still. I mean, if Donald Trump has his way, and I don't know that Donald Trump has anything to do with it at all, I'm sure that it will probably happen, but. Because I don't know if you know this, he's a deal maker.
Yes, I do know that.
He's a deal maker.
I do know that. Yeah.
I mean, he wrote Art of the Deal.
Does he want?
I don't know.
The two to come together.
I can't imagine.
He's a big golfer. I know he cares.
And he golfs with all of them.
Yeah, he
does. Either one. It doesn't matter. So I would assume that he'd want that to be the deal, right? I mean, let's get them together.
And the big time golfers seem to really like him, right?
Yeah.
DeChambeau, didn't he just golf with DeChambeau here recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was very complimentary of him, said he was a good golfer, wasn't disparaging him like, some
He has fun out
would
there.
do.
Yeah, he has fun out there. That's why they like him.
Yeah.
Because he has fun out there with them.
Yeah, he does.
And he does business. He breaks some of the other countries' leaders out golfing, takes care of a little actual business, not business, actual business. So, I mean, he's doing his work.
Yeah.
That's fine. But the live thing, I don't know what it was. Some shoot. I wish I remember what was the snag, but there was like.
I just haven't heard. I mean, a year ago that was a big deal.
Yes, it was.
And Rory McIlroy was all pissed off because the PGA caved, and now it's off again.
Now I guess it's off. Yeah,
that's really weird. Wow. All right. Also, we've got Representative Chuy Garcia on immigrant crimes. I'll bet this is going to be really, really good.
Well,
we're all going to agree with this.
Chuy's going to
right?
enlighten us.
Chuy. Yeah, Chuy.
Republicans are here to, surprise, scapegoat immigrants once again. The Republican playbook on immigration is dishonest and cruel. Republicans have lifted up some tragedies that involved immigrants committing a few crimes. This is the exception, not the rule.
Oh, it's the exception, not the rule. So they should be able to stay, all of them.
Yeah.
Boy, some immigrants causing some crime. That sounds like some people did some things.
It sure does.
On 9/11, right?
Sure does.
Holy crap.
Yeah, you had some folks who did a few things on 9/11.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
just like the folks who were killing innocent American teenagers.
Mm-hmm. parents of Lake and Riley or
Yeah.
Jocelyn Nungare, I'm sure they think it's just, it's just some guys doing some things, whatever.
That's all.
And Republicans lifting them up like it's something terrible.
And isn't that rich, though? Jeez. Democrat pointing out that
yeah.
Oh my gosh, how dare you bring victims in front of us? That's all the Democrat Party does.
Yep.
Sure is. And on the immigration front, Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem made a promotional video. Okay. Take a look at where her gun is aimed.
Oh, no.
Here we are with Marco and Brian today.
Oh, golly.
Pick up somebody who I think has got charges of human trafficking.
This guy is not
earlier
comfortable.
Had an op that swept up somebody who was wanted for murder. So
he's looking down.
Appreciate the good work that they do every day, and we appreciate them working to make America safe.
Okay.
Oh, that was not good.
Wait.
It's pointed right in his head.
Was it, though?
Yes, it was.
Okay, play it again.
Yes, it was.
No sound. Just watch the guy on the right. He looks over there. He's like, okay, hang on. What's this?
Okay. Kristi.
Like, whoa, hey, okay.
Be careful with
and so
that
he
gun.
shuffles, he steps back. He takes a foot back. It's awesome. It's like, all right, are we about done here? Because I don't want to die today.
Wow. I mean, she didn't have her finger on the trigger, fortunately.
But he doesn't know that. He's just like... I love how he just rocks back. He's like, I'm going to nonchalantly step back.
Yeah. Yeah. You just keep that thing pointed where it is. I'm going to move, and we'll talk to you later. All right. Let me tell you about Kexi cookies, because our Easter boxes are almost sold out. It's this beautiful box right here.
Wait, is that full?
It's except for the
it's
orange.
Full except for
the chocolate orange brownie that I ate the whole thing of the other day.
What else you got
Other
in
there? Than that, we do have the carrot cake cookie of the month, which is delicious. Who says cookies can't be sort of healthy? With real, there's real shredded carrots in it.
Hello.
Along with cinnamon, nutmeg, creamy white chocolate baking chips. It's soft and spicy. Almost counts for eating your vegetables. It's finished with a really delicious white chocolate drizzle. It's basically guilt-free indulgence, or at least that's what we tell ourselves. It's perfect for this Easter basket, springtime snacking, or justifying dessert again. So you get yours before they're completely gone. But we also have the white chocolate strawberry in this box, the M&M cookie, the Texas chocolate chip, the blueberry lemon, which is one of my all-time favorites, and it'll come in your box, the orange chocolate brownie, which is absolutely delicious and only available in this box. Got this review from Ben. He said, I decided to treat myself and get more adult flavors. They were incredible, and even my kids liked them. I'm definitely going to come back for more and order them for birthdays for hard-to-please people. Can't go wrong with these. That's absolutely right, Ben. Thank you for that. Go to Kexi.com to get yours today. I'm pretty sure these are going to be gone as of later on today. So Kexi.com is where you should go. KEKSI.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah, one other thing on the illegal immigration front. A University of South Carolina student was killed by hit and run. Illegal alien was behind the wheel. Nate Baker, 21-year-old young man. The guy on the right was here illegally and wanted by ICE. So another tragedy that could have been avoided, but Biden's open borders got another one. Got an illegal alien soccer coach from El Salvador charged with murdering a 13-year-old player and sexually assaulting another teen. This was in Los Angeles. Again, someone who should have never been here.
That wasn't the first time for him.
Place. Right.
He'd done it before, and they let him stay.
Yep. It's good. Good stuff.
I tell you, it's like murder is acceptable to the left now.
Praise Allah.
They not only is it acceptable, they raise money for them. They try to excuse them.
Yes.
They try to make them heroes in some cases.
Yes.
Like that the guy who killed the insurance CEO.
Yeah, Mangione.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You always make the point, Pat. We have our own criminals and murderers here.
We got plenty here.
We
don't need Mexico's Central and South Americas.
We do not need them.
Yeah, we had the guy in New York City that just slashed the poor young woman. And she's on a ventilator now. And again, to Jeffy's point, this guy had already been arrested for assaulting and robbing a 13-year-old boy. He had already assaulted and broken the eye socket of a young woman.
Jeez.
And now he has slashed the throat. Quote, where's the quote here? Let's see. I'm going to kill a bitch. And that was the motivation of this individual. And I'm sure it's not a hate crime.
Well, he's a victim. He's struggling here in the U.S.
Right. But again, we have our own.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. And then you got guys like Chuy Garcia who are excusing it all. Unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. Did you see that in Maine they have now allowed? I mean, Maine they're on a crusade against the whole. The whole mandate from the Trump administration on trans issues, all
that
trans issues. They don't care about the sports thing, and they don't care about the 6'1", 245-pound double murdering man. Who is in a women's prison now because he now identifies as she. As she. So there you go. So Attorney General Pam Bondi said the Department of Justice is going to cut federal funding for Maine because they insist on putting this male convict into the women's prison.
Right.
It's really absolutely incredible.
I don't think we'll see how long it lasts, but for now, they claim we don't care, we don't need you, and okay, all right.
He was convicted in 2018 of fatally stabbing his mother 9 times in the back before killing his father and their pet chihuahua.
So he can't be a woman now, is what you're saying?
Right? No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He can't be a woman. He's a man. So. He called 911 after the murders, saying, "My father came up because he heard my mother's screams, and I stabbed the F out of him. Oh, I killed the dog, too. It was barking." That's what he said. So, yeah.
Why'd you kill them? They were there.
Unbelievable.
I mean, those are old, prior jokes. Well, why'd you kill them? They were there.
Yeah. Yeah. So then he started identifying as a female in 2022 while serving his 40-year sentence. So they moved him from a male prison to a female prison.
They were accommodating instead of saying,
no, you're not going to be housed with women.
You can say all you want. You're still here.
Right. But no, they caved, and...
that's one of the most incredible things that I'm boggled by. So
the men in the women's prison.
Yeah, you're already in prison, and you now say
you committed the crime as a man.
You've been found guilty of the crime.
Right.
We have all that. We all have that adjudicated, and now you're saying, you know what? I identify as a woman, and nobody says so.
Right. Right, you're 6'1", 245. Now all of a sudden, nope, I'm a woman. I want to be at a different prison facility.
They think they're a woman in cell block C.
That's incredible. It's it's impossible to believe, yet it's happening in Maine. Why wouldn't you say, I want to be housed with women now because I identify as one? Well, of course, you're probably being dominated in the male prison, and you want to be the dominant one, so you might try out the female prison, where everybody's a lot smaller than you. It's incredible.
It is. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. It legitimately boggles my mind.
Yeah.
That no one just says,
no.
So?
We can't help you there.
Sorry.
Sorry. Convicted as a man.
Going to return the prisoner back to their cell now, please?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what? Can you return her back to her cell now, please. Whatever. Just get out of here. No, it's not going to happen.
And now we're also finding out that Joan of Arc may not have been a woman. This, according to what students are learning in Great Britain.
So weird.
They say that Joan of Arc was non-binary.
Yeah, non-binary. Okay. Ahead of her time.
It's in British school books.
Yep.
Right now.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Cool.
Where are they getting that? Where are they getting that hundreds of years later?
Interesting, right?
Oh, by the way, Joan of Arc was non-binary.
Well, new facts have revealed themselves, man.
Have they, though?
No, not at all.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not getting new information on Joan of Arc. No, we're not getting. Hey, by the way, this just in.
I mean, I think we have, though, right?
We found Joan of Arc, and she had both genitalia.
Whoa.
Who knew?
Right.
That did not happen.
There's no new Joan of Arc. I haven't read where there's we found new Joan of Arc scrolls that talk about how she was non-binary.
No, the scrolls don't exist. So
okay,
yeah, that's why
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's why. Meanwhile, in California, there was a girl removed from her cross-country team. Here's her story.
Members of the committee. My name is Taylor Starling. I'm 16 years old and I attend Martin Luther King High School. I have a 4.0 GPA, serve as vice president of my junior class, and and volunteer with National Women's Charity League, and lead as captain of my school's cross country and track and field teams. I was removed from my varsity girls team and replaced by a newly eligible male transfer student who received favorable treatment. I worked every day during summer with my team and into the school year 6 days a week, waking up at 5 a.m. to attend morning practices and staying at school until 4:45 each day. My goal was to attain a varsity spot on my school's Division I CIF team. Not an easy feat, but one I accomplished. Since the start of the season in August, I ran in every varsity race. In late October, the male transfer student was given my spot after
Pause it for
being
just a
held
sec.
to the
Now,
same...
this is important stuff because she's setting the stage.
I'm with you.
Okay, she's worked hard. She got to the top of her team.
You can stop pointing that fingers at me, I'll tell you that. Okay. This is what could happen.
Get to it.
All right, so here it is.
Given my spot after not being held to the same strict team requirements as me and the rest of the girls.
What?
He did not have to attend practice while my team and I were running 7 miles a day together.
What?
After having my spot taken away from me that I earned, I missed out on running with my varsity team in one of the top cross-country invitationals of the season. As a result of this unfair treatment, my teammate Caitlin and I wore shirts that said Save Girls Sports and stated that boys and girls are different. It's common sense. XX does not equal XY. This is not hateful or unkind. This is reality.
Right.
However, our athletic director made me remove my shirt and told me it was like wearing a swastika in front of our transfers, and said that I would face disciplinary action if I wore it again. My Title IX and free speech rights as a female matter too. Why are girls being told that we must sit down and be quiet while boys unfairly get ahead of us in life?
Thank you.
Why do boys not have to attend practice and make the sacrifices that us girls make in order to be scholar athletes? Just because those boys believe they are transgender. Girls matter too. Please protect us. Thank you.
Amen.
Wow, good stuff.
California and Maine, still not getting it.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
That's embarrassing. And good for her.
If you were the parent, how pissed off
I'd be
would you be?
I'd be on the news.
Yeah, I would too. I would too. It's just that simple.
Yes.
I'd be out of my mind. I wouldn't have handled it as nicely as she did.
So we're not going to address the bigotry coming out of her mouth?
It's a good thing I'm not her parent.
Right.
Man, would I be pissed.
I've thought that many times, Pat Gray.
All right. We'll see you on overtime and then back here tomorrow. Finish off the week.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.